Good evening, fight fans, and welcome back for another Blood, Sweat, and Tears IG Live interview. Tonight's guest is a former URCC champion. He fights out of Hawaii. He'll be fighting at Fight Island on July 11th. We have Martin Day. So we'll let Martin sign in. We'll be underway shortly. Thank you for everyone tuning in now and later. And Martin's here, so we'll be ready to go.
Yo,
How's it going, man?
good, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, man. So a year and a half off from fighting. How excited are you to get back to that cage?
Oh, bro, I'm so ready to go. I've been kind of a long layoff for me. I've never had a layoff this long. I just had some bad luck here and there with a couple injuries, and then the COVID-19 happened. But I'm ready to get back in there and show all the progress I've made and all the work I've been putting in this last I think it's been like 20 months. Someone said in another interview. So yeah, ready to go.
Damn, that's long, eh? So how is training camp going then?
Good, great. It's been a super good camp. Everything went very smoothly. Feeling better than ever right now. I'm just ready to go.
How long were you able to get in for this fight actually?
I knew I was gonna be getting a fight sometime in July. I had asked my manager for something in July. So I was staying in good shape, staying ready. I didn't get the exact date and opponent until about 3.5, 4 weeks out. But I was definitely in shape and keeping myself up that way.
Nice. So how did COVID affect your life and everything with training and just everyday life during that lead up?
At first it affected everything. I mean, everything was closed except for, the essential businesses. The gyms were obviously closed, and so you have to get a little bit creative with training for a little while, a lot of road work, running. And then as things started to lift a little, some of the restrictions, was able to get some small groups in some of the gyms and things like that. So now we're pretty much back to normal as far as training goes. The state recently lifted more restrictions, so lately we've been able to do more. But main thing is for me right now is the safety's got to come first, because you gotta pass your COVID test if you're gonna fight.
Definitely. So what do you think of your opponent, Davey Grant, then?
Everybody in the UFC is good. These guys are all the elite guys, best guys in the world. So I think it's a really good matchup for me stylistically. I actually really like the matchup stylistically. I think I'm gonna I'll be able to have a lot of success in all areas, especially on the feet.
Nice. So that's what I was going to ask you. So do you see holes in his game that you feel like you can exploit then?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure if you ask him the same question, he'll say the same thing about me. But that's the game, right? That's the chess game of fighting. So yeah, I do see some things that I want to exploit, and it's really just it's not really a secret. If you watch any of my fights, that I'm gonna want to keep the fight on the feet. That's what I want to do. That's what people want to see. That's where I like to keep it. And like I said, it's not a secret. He's probably going to be, he'll be smart to, take me to the ground or attempt to take me to the ground. If you look at his record, he has 8 submission wins, so I don't see why he wouldn't want to do that. But you never know. Anything can happen in MMA. I'll be ready for whatever he comes with.
Definitely. So what was your whole first UFC fight experience? Like obviously you lost, and so it didn't go the way you expected, but what was the whole experience, the lead up, the walkout, everything? What was all those feels?
It was good. I thought I was going to be a little bit more nervous, a little more nerves, and just with the bright lights and everything. But I felt relaxed. I felt just right at home, and I just felt like I was back home in the Blaisdell Arena. Just walking out with my fans and my family right there in the stands, and I didn't feel pressure. I felt real loose in that fight. Felt good. I just left it to the hands of the judges. That was my mistake, and I know it's it's easier said than done, but I plan on never doing that. I just want to take it out of those guys' hands and put it in my own hands. Yeah.
I feel oh, sorry, keep going.
No, I was just saying, I'll just be looking for a finish,
Yeah.
Keep it out of the judges' hands.
I was going to say, I feel like judges in MMA are so unpredictable. It's you can never leave them in there.
Yeah. So even some of the most recent fights I've seen is I just disagree with a lot of the decisions, but that's what they're there for. So
it's true. Do you feel like, I know you said that, like you felt very composed going into that last fight. Do you feel pressure going into this fight though, coming off a loss, or are you just excited to get back in there?
No, I feel no pressure at all.
Nice.
Pressure is like, I feel like when we talk about pressure is like when you talk about like a single mom trying to supply for her kids going to
Yeah, yeah.
work, or like a soldier on the front lines of battle or something. That's pressure, you know what I mean? This is like we get to go inside of a cage and get paid to do what we love, which is scrap. So
Yeah.
no pressure, it's fun. It's I mean, to me there's more pressure in the training camp because there's like, we got to make this appointment, got to do this, got all these things to do, training and stuff. And training is fun, don't get me wrong, but that's where I feel like there's more pressure. In the fight, the pressure's gone, and it's just time to have fun.
I know, fun, exactly. So I'm like happy you said that, because if fighting isn't fun, then really it probably isn't for you, right? So
Yeah. Sometimes as professional fighters, we lose sight of that. Like what's our check gonna look like, and these sponsors and this sponsor. But really, sometimes we got to remind ourselves the reason we do this is because it's fun. That's why we started doing it.
I think it was Dustin Poirier's fight last weekend. He was going into the fifth round, and his manager or his corner man talked to him, and he was like, "How you feeling, Dustin?" He's like, "I'm having fun." And that's what you want to see in a fighter, right? So.
Yeah. He's the man. What a scrap that was.
Oh yeah, that was a war. So, what are your thoughts on fighting with no fans then?
Um, I'm cool with it. I mean, whatever. There's some positives to take out of it. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to hear the raw the when you smack somebody with a head kick or something. You hear the crowd go off. But
Yeah.
it's there's gonna be positive aspects, like you'll be able to hear the corner better and things like that. It'll have a different feel to it, similar to like that of the Contender Series fight. There's not too many people in there, so
Yeah.
it has like a feel of like a hard sparring session rather than a big fight.
Like you said about the chess match earlier, it's like I feel with no fans, it's exactly like a chess match. You literally have both corners. Both fighters can hear both corners talk, so you can hear the advice coming at the exact same time, and you got to adjust on the fly. So
Yeah, it's like you're here. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, different aspects to it for sure. Whole different feel. When there's no one watching.
definitely. Uh, so what does it mean to you to represent Hawaii in the UFC?
It means the world to me to represent Hawaii,
Yeah.
man. It's like, I just, I'm so proud to come from Hawaii and to, be raised here and everything. And, I'm just proud of who I am from being here and the people and everything. It's just, I love representing Hawaii in a positive way,
Yeah.
go in there and represent with my fighting, of course, with the heart of a true fighter. But just want to represent my family and the whole Hawaii in just a positive way.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hawaii's truly a magical place, and it's good to see the MMA scene finally get its recognition. You see a lot of fighters in the UFC now, and it's exciting to watch what's next.
Yeah. We find there's so much talent here in Hawaii. People don't realize just we don't have the exposure, the same level of exposure in the mainland. But the talent in Hawaii is just ridiculous, and we have a handful of guys in there now, but it's just the tip of the iceberg as far as the talent over here is. As soon as we start to get the exposure, people will really start to see.
You have Dan Ige headlining a card coming up. That's huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the week after me, right?
Yeah. 4 days or whatever.
Yeah, Dan is the man. Best of luck to him. Not that he needs it, but yeah, right on.
So how did you get into MMA then? Talking about.
Well, I started doing Taekwondo as a kid. I've always wanted to do martial arts for as long as I can remember. Started doing Taekwondo in 2002, and I also started boxing around 2003 or so. And I did a lot of martial arts tournaments. I have a whole bunch of Taekwondo and kickboxing tournament experience. And then, from kickboxing, I just wanted to take it to, I guess, the next level, so to speak. So
Yeah.
For me, that was MMA, and I went in there, got 3 amateur MMA fights, and my amateur was I finished all 3 opponents by knockout.
Nice.
And decided to go pro after that, and the rest is history.
So when did you actually start training MMA then?
I would dabble in ground stuff here and there, even just out of high school. But I really started taking my MMA seriously probably around maybe 2014
Okay.
or so. Yeah, so a little bit later than maybe I should have or whatever. But I'm happy with how everything's going right now, so I can't complain.
Yeah, I feel like everything happens for a reason. You're at your exact moment. This is the universe intended. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't complain if I'm, if I like who I am today. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who was your favorite fighter growing up in Hawaii then?
Everybody's favorite fighter growing up was BJ Penn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a legend around here. He's definitely one of my favorite fighters, and I have my other favorite fighters too that have influenced me in a lot of my career, like Max Holloway, Russell Doan.
Yeah.
Um, but sorry, my dog just jumped up on the garden bed.
No.
Yeah, but so I forgot what you asked, but yeah, those are my favorite guys.
Okay, no, so do you train with Max at all then, or?
Yeah. Me and Max have been training together for a while since I started MMA.
Yeah.
Since my second amateur MMA fight, he's actually been helping me. He was in my corner for all my local fights here in Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He's for this fight, he's been kind of keeping to himself, staying safe with the whole COVID thing. But yeah, Max has been a huge factor in helping me in my career.
Well, that's fun. Like, for the fact that you haven't got to train with him directly, it'll be fun to be on the same card as him then.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be good energy all fight week, and I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. So when do you actually fly out to Yas Island?
Well, I'm not sure exactly when we fly to there. We gotta go to Vegas first tomorrow night. I'm flying out from the Honolulu airport here, and then I think we're gonna be in Vegas for about 2 days. Do our first round of COVID testing. Everyone will get cleared. When we all get cleared, we go straight to Vegas from there on a charter flight.
Oh, nice. So that's good. At least you do all your tests over here before you leave then. So.
Yeah, they got to make sure we're all clear before we get out there.
Yeah, makes sense. So if all goes well, when would you want to get back in the octagon again? You obviously, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just think you've been out for 20 months, so you obviously, like, if all goes well, you must be rearing to get back in as quick as possible.
Yeah, hopefully I can get in and get out, get in, get out, get ahead, and get right back in there.
Yeah, definitely. So last question, just for the fight fans who don't know you yet, why should they tune in to watch you fight on July 11th?
Just if you want to see an exciting stand-up fight, that's what I bring. You guys watching this video and the rest of the fans, we pay good money to watch the fights. Yeah, so I don't want to go out there and hug anybody's leg. I want to kick people in the head, throw spinning stuff, and put on a show. And that's what I intend to do on July 11th. It's
funny. I think it was like I made a post for this interview, and someone like a knockout page or something commented and said, "Oh, of these 4 people, Martin Day's like the most likely. Martin Day's the most likely to get the knockout." And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool. Yeah. He knows.
He knows exactly. So thank you for your time. And I'm launching a podcast. So I'm doing this like Hawaii feature too, probably in a couple of months, but I'll be getting in touch with you again and we'll get you on the pod. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure, my man. Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, good luck on July 11th.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot. Fight fans. Okay, take care.
All right, take care.